welcome to another edition of Code Commenting World Tanks. And you come to expect, next to me is Mr. Mojo, still Mojo, leader of Kazna Crew Clan. And this is finals of EZ8, right?
This is finals. We are playing against Wasp on all-around map Himmeldorf. Finally, something city-wise.
And you picked up a rather heavy setup. You have 3 IS-3, 2 IMX 5100 and 132 T-32 and 1 T-37. And the opponent team, they gone with
a Rheinmetall
right?
Instead of one heavy tank, and they have one light tank, tier 6 for spotting. This is a usual setup using heavy tanks. It's Himmel. Light tanks here would be a burden because of no armor and HP.
But picking a Rheinmetall, to me, it's a little bit dubious decision.
Oh, it depends. There are some positions you can really advance and then do huge damage to heavies if you do it correct. Even if you use a big gun, you can split one tank in half by one shot, which is really important.
Okay, so you are defending again.
Yes, we pushed for south to cover that cap, as
No
you
comment.
can see.
No comment. And
This is, I'm gonna just stress one thing out. This is before the last patch. On last patch, the northern cap, the cap 2, was moved so it can be kept differently behind houses. So this was before that, and that is the only sole reason why we are using tactic like this.
Yes, because T-32, it can get into that position, the cooldown position.
Now I'm gonna show you now.
Okay.
From these positions, as you can see, this 32 here, he is spotting what's going on here. He's someone coming from the hill. We had a light tank on this position, and he spotted all their heavies. So we had guys prepared. If they're trying to push, they can shoot like this, and we can shoot like this, and then we can do free damage. And at the same time, while that is going on, this 50 is all the time spotting this through the lower tracks. If someone comes there to shoot him, and this guy here, he's covering all of us. So more or less, this is some, let's say, standard setup, and we were just covering our ground.
Okay, so you are waiting. You are that 5100 in the middle.
I'm IS-3, thank you very much.
I'm IS-3, oh my God.
Favorite tank.
And Russian Steel, well, you cannot... Frontliner, brawler, I like it too. So at this moment you are waiting for their move, right?
We are waiting to see what will they do. We know where the bulk of their tanks is. And you can see I don't believe much in fire extinguishers, so I'm just running rations.
But what to me is still incomprehensible. Really
incomprehensible.
Yes, is that Rheinmetall, because they are attacking. And
there are two ways to use it. They could have pushed it down to snipe some of our guys, or more likely, that's why I fired up blindly, that you push a Rheinmetall up and you try to damage a guy like T-32 is, where he is in a window. You can do it before you even get spotted from B0 position.
Okay, so at this moment you are rotating, going back to that second spawn or second cap.
Yeah, I must say, I don't really like our position at the moment because our 5100 is overstretched down with a light tank. It can be a bit dubious and a weak point if they realize what's going on.
And that's what I want to tell you, but there is IS-3 in the city, and it means that bulk of their forces...
They're in the middle. Now I'm covering the street on D line where they can come. I'm just angling the tank. It's a reverse, as you can see, because I can fire a shell and drive backward. And
let's show to the people how...
Yeah.
And why is that?
Because he will just see part of my tracks and I can shoot, and there is a high chance that he will bounce when he fires at me.
So here is something for all you random players. This is another way to what?
Reverse.
To reverse and to hug the
reverse angle.
Reverse angle. And there is a Rheinmetall there in the A line.
A line.
Okay.
He's trying to connect on that T-32.
And IS-3 is going to attack, and there comes their push.
And they're pushing, and we have 50, as you see, all the way around the map, on the south, pushing them from the back. They went really, I would say, YOLO to kill that guy, and succeeded. They took some damage, but not significant. They are controlling the cap, and we lost tier 8.
Yes, they managed to. How shall I put it?
As you can see, we are not panicking. That's very important. the guys down are killing off a T-37 of them. And what's very important, 5100 that is down with him is not spotted. They don't know he's there.
But there comes T-32 that you didn't expect.
Yeah, I didn't expect that guy to be so far back behind the guys, and he took the window, which is pretty superior position. By the shell he did to me, he did like 280 damage. We know it's a big gun. 32s can sometimes use a 240 Pershing gun for
Really?
faster shooting. Yes, because he shoots every 6 seconds. But what I know now, I have a 50 behind him and I'm ignoring him constantly because he will be killed by that guy.
And I think he managed to kill him, yes. And
yeah, the cap is really high. What they're doing now, they're pressing us so we can't decap. They're sending everyone forward, so we would be late on decap, because decap now is the only way they can actually win. And it's a bit panicky moment now, it's quite late in a game, but we have Ziege behind. So he's the guy who actually did a decap, a tier 6 light.
But you managed to decap another guy and...
It doesn't matter. After that first one it didn't matter because we were in lead in number of guns, HP and everything.
So the game that started as a disadvantage for you, that you lost a tier 8
Yeah,
tank.
because we were all over the map and everything, but our reactions were much better than theirs. And we... that's a big gun we were talking about.
That's a big gun from Remental. Okay, I now can see why they picked it. And this moment it's 6-3, the only remaining tanks is IS-3 there, and
we created kind of a bottleneck at that B line, so when they came, they had to take huge damage. Also, you can see how important it is to play the tier 6 well. You cannot suicide it. If he was dead, he wouldn't be able to decap, and their tier 6 died. For nothing, I would say.
Check the game, you're leading 1-0.
Unsuspectedly.
Unsuspectedly, yeah. And at this time you are attacking, and you change your setup.
No, our setup is pretty much the same. We just use the 12 ton instead of T-37. He has a better camo value. It's much smaller tank, even for a light. I think that's a light tank with the highest camo value in the game. So it's used because it's really small and you can pack it behind some obstacles on the map.
Okay, let's see what's going to happen.
It's best of 5, so the team that reaches 3 wins wins.
And you're going en masse down, but...
We sent 150 and a light tank to be up. They're like kind of reconnaissance and support team. And the bulk of the team is going down on some positions to probe what are they doing. Like, first thing you always have to check when you play Himmelsdorf, is other team rushing you, even if they're defending.
That's what I want to ask
viable
about.
tactic can always be attack too.
Couldn't they rush over the hill maybe? And...
Yes, they can, but that's why we have those guys. But their lineup says that it's very unlikely they will rush the hill because they have only one fast tank, 50 and 37.
At this moment you are taking that cooldown position, and you managed to see that...
yes, I wanted to shoot him, but I was like millisecond late.
Yeah, well... and your position there, observing, your tanks are...
I have a 50 already on a hill, as you can see, he can shoot that line if something is spotted. And we have a light tank who will spot a 0 line so he's not attacked while he's doing that. And everyone else is slowly approaching positions.
Okay, so at this moment, what were your thoughts? I know that you cannot remember that exact game, but playing Himmelsdorf, is it a more tactical map, or is it a brute force map? Or
it's a highly tactical map. The brute force is usually applied once you already make a plan of action where you think their tanks are, because there is no much room for some big rotations. You actually have to devise a plan how to knock off their tanks one by one.
At this moment you are crossing the field, perhaps trying to spot...
I know nothing can shoot me, because we already pinpointed where are some of their tanks, and based on what we saw, we are presuming now where they are.
I didn't know that you can pass here. Oh my god, I didn't play World of Tanks a long time, and some of the changes in those maps really surprised me. So, you managed to cross the field and there is nobody there. Where are they?
They are in an upper corner, which is pretty standard. They're more or less where we were in the last game. Now I'm just waiting for my guys to arrive.
Here?
No. That would be highly unlikely. Yes, they will be somewhere there on A4, A5 and B4.
Okay, So you're waiting for you guys to arrive. People from the hill are coming down, but there is an IMX 5100 nearly in the base. What's going on there?
Our goal is one cap, so we will go. As you can see, we have an ice tree here directly on the middle, and this is his job. He's watching this, and our job is to cover these angles, and the guys from down can then go like this and push the cap and start the cap.
Okay, let's continue with the replay. At this moment you are slowly aiming. It's a bit boring. It's a bit boring to play.
Yeah, I have to wait for some guys to take some positions, because if I go alone I can get knocked off for no reason and I can take unnecessary damage.
So at this moment you are advancing forward. Not a smart move, I would say, because if they realize that you are there, it would get
I will not go until my guys down are ready. That's what we are waiting all the time.
Yes. So those two IMX 5100 joined forces, and now they are pushing one line.
They are checking the one line. Do they have someone left over on F1 or something like that? And they also have to be very careful not to get spotted too early, because if someone is in garage, he can
spot them and damage them really highly. Yes. Okay, so at this moment, you told me that most of these maps end really soon, and 4 minutes has passed. That's true, but
I would say we could have been faster here, but we took some kind of, let's say, safe approach, and we are just now, because we placed a 12 ton in the cap, and this is what is important. I'm gonna pause again. This guy here actually has a small house there, and he's now hiding behind it. There is no way for them to decap it easily, except committing to go all the way somewhere here, and that's why we are all so trenched up. We are waiting for them actually to try to do that.
Okay, so and there is 57, that's a little bit damaged, and
yeah, he took a blind shot because probably someone presumed where he is and shot a bush.
And Rufy managed to kill it. And let's see what's gonna happen now. Will this guy move into your crosshair?
The thing is, we still didn't spot bulk of their forces, so they can still attack through A5 line, push from there, or they can push the rail. We don't know for sure. That's why we have some guys in the back.
So still tense, but 39%, they are not moving, they are not doing anything, you are not spotting them. What are they thinking at this moment? Can you tell me?
They are either gathering for a massive push, or they know how to decap and waiting for a proper moment for like cap to amass itself, and they just decap it and they force us to attack them.
And there is a start of the offensive. And
they gathered up and they're pushing now.
And you decided this is the right time to move yourself? No, yes, no.
No, I'm still waiting for them to try to push on this side.
A lot of damage, they received a lot of damage. A lot of damage. Their IS-3 is nearly dead, one shot. Or two shot perhaps, but...
this is the final command issued now to push into them with everything we have. Cap is now even not important, we can abandon it. The point is we have to gather tank and push them.
Yes, and you did your damage, you managed to damage them sufficiently, and now it's time to exploit that weakness. And the guy from the side managed to shoot you, you shoot back. What's gonna happen now? Will they attack you? I
think this was a bad call in our team now, because they decided not to aggressively push in. The timer is still going, you can see there is 60 seconds left. We have a number of tanks alive, but we are late.
And you managed to
and
die.
I got left alone. Yeah. And why is this a problem? Because our team effectively has no time to cap unless we add up some tanks. And even if you add up some tanks now, they can be decapped. I think we had a good time frame at that moment to attack them and win the game. But bad call was made to stop.
That's it. I didn't realize that timer is ticking down, and it's now 30 seconds, 28. Will you manage to cap?
It remains to be seen.
Remains to be seen. Let's see what's gonna happen at this moment. You're leading 3-1.
And there goes the cap.
There goes the decap, actually, and there goes the cap, and there goes
so
the
Zish
game.
has his points, but Although the game could be won, it's out of our hands.
And 0, 3, 2, 1.
And they win the game.
So this is finals. Final game, third game, and it's 1-1. You won the first game, you lost the second due to end of the round, and this is the third game. You have an arty now at this moment.
And we have an FV arty as a tier 6, that's what we're using. It's arty that does small damage, as everyone knows, but it's highly mobile and has a great arc, so you can decap some spots that you would usually have to sacrifice tanks. I'm playing 32 with binos, as you can see, and we are just going for our defensive positions now.
Okay, so at this moment you are in the what's the name? What's this garage? No,
yeah, it's garage.
Train station.
Garage.
Train garage. Train station. I think this is train station.
I'm going to turn on binos from them and monitor the lower part of the rail as best I can, and part of that is always to try to hit and break the cap.
Well, never mind.
If you were moving, I would certainly hit you.
Okay, never mind. Let's get back to the game. You are missing stuff.
Actually, while this is going on, we should do a little break and show you what we did with that arty and how we positioned it.
And at this moment, we are looking at what the replay speed 1, and there is one. Let's see, there is 1, 2, 3 tanks pushing that.
We are pushing that arty in a protective pocket, and from there he can, as I already said, he has a huge arc, and he can decap the spot number 1, and he cannot be shot back. The only way for them to kill him would be to come really close or to blind shoot him from the hill, and that's a really hard blind shot also, because he's out of the render range even if spotted. And now we can just return to the game as it was.
And we are back at steel, and there is a tank. There is a tank there. Managed to get spotted you, and that's IS-3.
Yeah, I was just busy blind shooting, trying to see will I provoke 6 Sense to trigger, so we would know is there someone down. Okay, they had rotated down. You can see 32 with binos even cannot spot that well if they're rotating properly.
So basically, there are parts of the map, even your tanks, which has a full crew, which has a full complement of equipment.
Yeah, they're covered by buildings and whatnot. So if they do it well, they can pass. And light tank certainly can pass unspotted.
Okay, so at this moment you're just waiting, and there is that IS-3.
Yeah, time is ticking, 3:30 to the end. They will have to push really soon. It would be highly unlikely that they will push the 2 cap, but we do not have to do anything big here because we are covering our ground well, and we have FVRT that will give us chance to decap.
Yes, I would like to point out that most of your tanks is positioned here, as you can see. So in easy reach of both caps, you are positioned here, and you are looking at that cap, and there is that Piccolo arty that is shooting on people all the time, and it managed to shoot IS-3, right?
Yes, but as we know, this is a little damage that he did, 99, but he can kill a crew member, and more importantly, he can decap like that. And if it's a good shell, he can even hit for 300-400 any of these tanks.
And that's a lot. I mean,
he shoots every 10 seconds.
Yes. The bigger problem for me would be catching fire on IS-3, because I don't believe that any of you is carrying fire extinguisher, right?
Some are. I am, as you can see, 32 is very susceptible to fire, and I'm carrying it.
And at this moment, push is coming.
Yeah, their main push is on 3 line, and this is just the force that will cover that capper.
And there is 37, that's Hobo, another guy from Kazna. Hobos, and you managed to shot him.
Yeah, I managed to track him, but there was no additional hit. Now this is a part.
I will slow it down. So people can see what's going on, because this is a bit of a hectic. You managed to hit him for a lot at this moment.
I hit him, and a guy behind me hit him, and they hit him on a pass. But this is what they're doing. They're actually pushing aggressive on me, so they would deny us a spot on the cap. And that's a very viable and smart tactic, I would say.
But Oh, not a
Oh.
high roll. And you managed to kill, or not you, but your teammates managed to kill this guy. And what's gonna happen now? IS-3 is backing up. Let's go normal speed to see what's going on.
He's in reload, so he can't kill me.
But IS-3,
Yeah, but he'll come back when he has a shot.
and he didn't have a shot, he managed to kill you. Okay, so 2-1, they are capping.
But they're losing HP significantly. As you see, our tanks that are amassed did a good focus fire. And what is important now, our RT constantly tells us, yes, I can decap whenever I want.
And that's you are now in the defilade, in a hull down position, right?
Our guys are there, preserving some HP, while our 50s are rotating from the fire line, as you can see.
I want to point out to the guys.
Yes,
and
they're reloading and they're already driving, so there is no point for them to stay with us and just sit around.
Excellent, excellent.
So there is 50 seconds to the end. We decapped, if you didn't notice. Yeah, that's the point of that little RT. And now we can choose literally what to do. We can fight or we can just run away. So we just chose one guy will run away. You can see the guy on down. And he just left, and the other guys can do whatever they want. They can fight them, not fight. The win is ours.
So basically, like you in second game, they made the same mistake. They started to cap late.
It was too late, and I would say
with not enough tanks to complete cap in.
I would say the only way this would end well for them is if they manage to kill me faster and dominate the garage area. But our tanks were actually prepared for that. You can see how all guys are positioned. All 4 of the guys were shooting at them there.
And at this moment, you managed to win the game, and it is 2-1.
2-1 for us.
You are leading 2-1, so you have a match point, so to speak.
Yes, it's a best of 5, so this is good for us.
And you are taking the same, well, not nearly. You have IS-3, all IS-3s, no more T-32, right?
Yeah, but we're attacking now.
Okay, so they have the same setup?
They have 2 32s and 4 IS-3s. I would say it's quite different.
Well,
do you need to check your goggles?
No,
glasses?
It's late in the evening and I was up all day, and let's concentrate on the game.
Potato.
Let's concentrate on the game. So, as before, I think that you are...
We didn't change anything in setup.
The same
of
tactic,
attack.
yes.
Yeah.
2 guys are climbing to the hill.
Yeah, we're just probing to see where they are. It's not something like you can say strong ESL tactic, but it's just something all around you can use a lot.
Okay.
And for this occasion, we didn't think we needed much more.
So at this moment, you're gonna take that hold down position. There is IS-3 there.
He was spotted same like in a game we won in previous. Actually, we lost that game.
Never mind, you're leading at this moment.
Yeah.
That's what is most important thing. And you're looking at this position. Can you maybe
if I could shoot through the wall,
yes.
I might be able to.
Yeah. It's tempting, it's tempting. Thank God that is not possible in a World of Tanks like in Counter-Strike. It would complicate a life and
everyone will be a cheater.
Yes, everyone will be a cheater. And as before, you are positioning your tanks. There is 5100 in the back, waiting for, or at least looking at one line. Your guys from the hill are coming back. Basically, you're gonna try to recreate tactic or maybe something new, and I think it's something new. Could you tell us what's going on?
We are massing for a push. You can see we know where we are not spotted, so we are just taking shortcuts now and gathering up with tanks. 4 IS-3s together, 50s will gather up, and...
But that's not the push on one line like you used that in the last game.
No, that wasn't a push, that was a cap attempt, I would say, and quite a bad orchestrated one by us.
Yes, you lose that game, as we all realize, but this time you're trying something different, right?
Yeah, we're massing for a pressure push, whatever. It's called, like, I would call it a pincer attack. We can put a 12 ton in a cap now. We can push all IS-3s here offensively, and both 50s we can push behind them on B4, B5. Now you can just see it like this. 50s will go here late. We are gonna press here, and 12 ton will enter a cap and do a pressure of his own.
And there is IS-3 there.
And
that's
a new info for us, important one, that the 12-ton gave us. And we know now that they're separated. They have like 5 guys here and 1 guy there that cannot absolutely help them. And we're gonna use it really fast, as you can see.
So you're waiting for 5100 to attack T-32?
Yeah, we went first to occupy their attention, and they're taking him out because he's alone.
Oh my god, that 32 was left to fend for himself.
They would count that we might push, but they would shoot us, but you cannot turn fast enough. That was really bad play by them.
And you managed to kill 2 tanks, and they...
You see this IS-3 all the time out of the game. He's crossing, trying to join his team. Even if when he starts shooting, the game is already done because we are doing damage all the time.
This was painful. You managed to kill that IS-3 in a second. It really is too late. 4-0, 4-1. Definitely this is a won game, right?
Yeah, there is nothing we can do.
And there is that IS-3 that was too late to the battle. He's now... You didn't manage to penetrate. Oh my god, I'm still, really. And you...
Size 3, it's Russian medicine.
What's going on with that 5100? Trying to, what, ram you?
He's trying to steal my damage.
Oh no, but he's reloading still, right? But not
anymore.
6-1, only T-37 is alive and he will die
Here
soon.
comes another medal.
Here comes another medal. And
one day I'm gonna like try to count how many we won of these.
Okay, so this is the 7-2 and you managed to win the final game, so...
This is 3-1 and this is easy 8.